Hi guys. So pardon me guys. Today is my first live session. So I'm still a learner. Let me just say I'm a learner. So oftentimes we talk about what we eat and what not to eat, but we never discuss the issue of how to eat. Like we have our food, we know what diets we have, especially when we're trying to lose weight or we're trying to just eat. Like some of us, I'll use myself as an example. Some people are mindful of what they eat, but I can tell you very, very clearly and authoritatively that I'm not really conscious of what I eat. Sometimes I just eat anything, like just nibble on anything. As far as it's plant based, so I'm ready to go. And then most time I don't mind the way I eat. So that is why we're bringing. And I found out like the other day I was discussing with a few friends, and I discovered it's not only my problem; it's a general problem. So oftentimes we eat that we don't know how to go about it. We just eat for fun. So we're not even conscious. Like so many people will say, "Oh, I'm trying to lose weight or this and everything," but you're still eating. You're not minding what you're eating. So today we're going to bring a guest in. She's a life coach, and she is a very an important person. Like she in 2016, July 2016, she represented India. The Ministry of Youth Affairs in India chose her to represent India in the International Youth Exchange in China. So she's a life coach. She has been a life coach for a very long time. So she's into this wellness, mindful eating. You ask me, I don't know the meaning of the mindfulness. So today I'm bringing her I'm going to bring her. Let me see if she's on. So I'm going to bring her in to enlighten us more about mindful eating. When you say mindful,
Hear me?
how are you?
Great, super.
So
We
good
are
to
also
have you
doing,
here.
sorry.
Good to have you here.
Yeah, I think there was some technical glitch, but I think I made it on time, somewhat, maybe 5 minutes late.
Okay, we've
Thank you
accepted.
so much, Bola, for inviting Art of Living for this session. I'm really excited, looking forward to the next 1 hour with all your viewers.
Okay, so Priyanka, thank you for joining us and thank you to Art of Living for giving us this opportunity to share your experience and also your teaching, your doctrine with us. Like I was explaining to everyone, I said, okay, yeah, we all used to this part of the world. I'm not talking, I know, I think I know some things about food to some extent, but when it comes to the way I eat, eating consciously. I'm a, let me say, zero, zero, zero. I'll get zero over 100 on that. Because I think I eat when I'm hungry. Sometimes when I'm eating, I'm like rushing. It's like when I'm almost done with the food, I'll realize, like, oh, what's this? Why am I even eating this? Does it taste good? So I realize, like, most of us eat, but we don't pay attention to what we're eating. So we're like, just being increasing food intake. So that is where we are here today to
Right.
enlighten us more on that. Thank you for coming. So without much ado, I'll jump into my questions. I have a lot of them, and I told my how can our families online they also to come up with their own questions. But I think in a way it's all affecting all of us in a way or the other. So my first question is, what is mindful eating?
Mindful eating. That is the topic of the day.
That is
And yeah, mindfulness is being more aware of the moment. No, it is. You can be mindful in any activity, like you're doing your work, you're being with nature, um, you're talking to people, being aware of your environment, being aware of thoughts, your feelings, and emotions. That is mindfulness. And what is mindful eating? It is like when you're totally aware while you're having your food. And what you mean by aware of? That means you're aware of the taste, you're aware of the smell, you're aware of the flavor, you're aware of the texture, like you're totally there with the food. And again, it also means that you have some say or control over your senses. Like people go into binge eating, yeah, they go into emotional eating, they go into external eating. All these also hampers your health. There is this is like mindless eating, right? What is mindful eating? Mindful eating is when you're totally there with the food. You have kept all your gadgets aside. There is no television. There is no mobile phone next to you. There is no iPad, no book, nothing. You and your food, right? So you are totally aware of your appetite, how hungry you are, how much you would like to eat, and also you're aware as to what you would like to eat. You're using your discrimination as to what you would like to eat and what you would like to avoid, right? So sometimes we have such a good spread in front of us, especially when we're going to a buffet. Like we want to have everything. We just want to, splurge. So, but then, what is mindful eating when you are aware as to what you are putting into your system? Right, this system of ours, like we say that it is a place of worship, right? So be mindful of what you're putting into your system. That is mindful eating.
Thank you for that. Yeah, it's mindful eating, being aware of what we put into our system. And then, like you mentioned something, you're talking about screens, not putting your screens aside, no TV, no phone, just focusing on your food at that moment. I think that was very difficult for some of us to do, but we get to that. So then one other question was yes, the same thing, and I just said it's difficult for me to put my phone aside or my food when I'm eating. So why is it so important for us to be mindful of, you know, when
Remove all the distractions, because if you have a mobile, then maybe you will keep checking your WhatsApp or your Insta. So you are actually not reveling or honoring the food which is in front of you. Somebody has prepared the food with so much effort and with love. And but if your mind is not there with the food, whatever you eat, you may be eating the best of the vegan or the organic food. It will not bring that much nutrition to your system. Why? Because you're not respecting the food, you're not honoring the food. You are just stuffing your system with the food because you are hungry and you want to eat. One more thing I would like to talk about why it is important to keep your phone aside, mindful while eating, is the brain gets a signal that you are almost full, and that signal comes in about 20 minutes. So once you start eating and you're eating very fast, you're in a rush, you're in a hurry, so you have taken less than 20 minutes, right? So your brain has not got the signal yet that you are either you're full or you are about to get full. So what do? You keep eating, you keep eating, you keep eating, right? And this is also one of the reasons why if you're not mindful while eating, people can put on a lot of weight. They can be eating wrong things because they are eating too fast. And when maybe in the car we are and we are having a sandwich, or we are taking a cup of coffee and roaming around, or we are just sitting with our friends, or we are in a rush, we are not mindful, then that is what happens is that we may end up eating more or we may end up eating the wrong thing. And definitely not with the right emotions with which the food should be consumed.
okay, so my other question is the food we eat, how does it affect our our mind, our thoughts? Does the food we eat have any relationship to do with the way we think or the way we react?
Yes, definitely. Our emotions are very much connected with the health that we have. And I'm sure, Bora, you also, since you are running a vegan campaign and a revolution, actually a movement here in Nigeria, you're very much aware that the emotion and the feeling, the thoughts with which we have a psychosomatic effect on us, right? So at that moment, if we are peaceful, if we are more in silence, if we are happy and joyful and totally aware, of course the food that we eat will give us good health, it will give us more longevity, us feel more satisfied. All our taste buds will be satisfied, and we will feel, even if we eat little less than our full appetite, we will feel full. As per Ayurveda, Ayurveda is an ancient science from India, which is more than 5,000 years old, which is actually called Ayurveda, which is the science of life. It says that we should eat about 85% to our full hunger. Why? Because rest should be rest of the rest of the space should be utilized by for the assimilation of the food in our digestive system. But what do we do? We overstuff our system, our stomach, right? We should keep around 15 to 20% empty while we are eating. So, as per science, now it is very much recognized by the Vedas. We should eat, we should keep 20% empty, our stomach, and we should keep 80% of
80% in our wow. So like
little less than half, little less than
right now, like a shocking document. Sometimes like when I'm eating, like let me use the last night as an example. I had because I didn't have lunch, and then I came back late. I had some meal, and I ate and I felt like there was nothing in my stomach. And I was wondering where did this food affect me. So a few minutes after, I took try and tap bowl of water and add something more to it. It was when I finished after that 10 minutes or so that I started feeling like, oh, I'm overeating and everything. So now I understand why that is. So so talking about that, right now the way the country is like, I give an example of yesterday. There was crazy traffic in Lagos. So out we are stressed already. We've gone to work in the morning and we came back at night. And you're tired, maybe you've not checked your phone. So you are at work, please check your phone. And you have your meal there, you're eating in your room. So how does that mindful eating relate to stress? Stress in our everyday life and everything. How does it help you as something like that? And this stress.
So, when you're practicing mindfulness, you're actually more in the present moment. And what is stress? Stress is when your mind is not in the present, when your mind is vacillating between the past and the future. When it is in the past, the negative emotions which come up is regret, guilt, and anger. And when it is in the future, you are fearful or you have a lot of anxiety. Especially during these times, people are facing a lot of anxiety as to what is going to happen in the future with their economy, with the business, with the school, with the children's school. There's so much stress building up because COVID has been more than 1.5 years here now, right? So when the mind is vacillating between the past and the future, that is the cause of stress. And we can experience joy in the present moment. Right? So mindfulness is a practice. And to be able to practice mindfulness, meditation really helps. So when you meditate, when your mind is more and more in the present moment, you will see that during the day, during each activity that all that you're doing, like you think you had a long day, stuck in traffic, there's so much, we know about the Lagos traffic, right? And when you are back home, when you want to eat, there are so many errands to finish, right? Your mind is so preoccupied. So you are actually not enjoying food at that moment. You are hungry, that's why you're eating. But once you start practicing meditation, you will see that
Huh?
you are becoming mindful of every
In the office.
activity of
Mommy is
yours,
coming, okay?
which could be your speech, your
Come on.
actions.
Mommy is
You are
here. You can
also
see I'm here.
becoming more
See
mindful
mommy here.
of your internal world, your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, and then it will start reflecting in every aspect of your life, in every interaction that you have. And of course, you know, it will reflect in while you're having your food with your family, you're having a good time with your family around the room. So meditation is something which will make mindfulness
Hmm?
very simple and effortless.
I only watched
Priyanka, I
small.
have a
I
question.
watched
Somebody is asking,
I
Yeah.
what
watched something that is always short
the people of
in my
Okay.
like
tablet.
Okay, yeah.
How are we supposed
That's
to
why
cope
daddy has
with
to show it to you.
well because we are extremely stressed?
Very true and a very good question. So when we are stressed, two things
Daddy,
can happen.
Hmm.
can I
One
have
is that you may
sweets?
lose your
More.
appetite,
Oh, sweet.
and the second
Huh?
is that you may start
Oh,
eating
sweet.
more. These are the two extremes.
I don't know.
So when you start eating more, it's called emotional eating. At that moment, your emotion has taken over you, your it has taken over your intellect, your intelligence. It has overpowered you, and you're driven by the emotion. So at that moment, you may get into binge eating. This is again, this is called mindless eating, where you are not having any say, you are not having any awareness. It, stress can be for because of any reason. Like
Hmm.
right now, the lady has kept
Daddy.
me in fast
Well,
food. Yes,
I'm
it can be
listening
a
to mommy,
money,
okay?
it can be a job loss, it can be any reason. So when we are stressed, again, we have to learn some skill by which we can de-stress ourselves. Right? We can flush
Oh,
out the toxins
let
and
me
the
listen
stress
to
from
mommy.
our system. So your breathing
Then
really
take one
helps.
cookie that time.
Like when you are really
My
stressed, you
brother.
may not be able to sit and meditate because your mind is already cluttered. There is so many thoughts, especially negative thoughts, and you're overwhelmed with emotions at that time, like what the lady has asked earlier, following has asked. So, but breath has a direct connect with the emotion. So if you have observed that when you're angry, your breath becomes very fast. And when you are crying, when you're sad, your breath becomes very short, shallow, and it gets distorted. At the moment, you will notice that this breath is very subtle, and you're not even noticing your breathing, right? So breath has a connection, direct connect with the emotions. So vice versa is also true. If your emotion can change your breathing pattern, the way you breathe changes with the kind of emotion you're feeling, then we can use our breath to change the way we feel. So the breathing technique that we teach in Art of Living is called the Sudarshan Kriya Yoga. It really is a profound breathing technique which helps you to de-stress, remove any kind of heart anxiety, and heartbreak is nothing. The if somebody has broken your heart, doesn't matter. Like I'm sure there are many more good ones and better ones there waiting for you. Maybe that person did not realize how good you are, and you have somebody better waiting for you. So we should be able to just come back in the moment and with the zeal and enthusiasm and the energy to be able to move forward in life. And learn breathing and meditation is very important.
Thank you, Priyanka. So yeah, learning from so I want to we've already talked about meditation and listening. So I wanted to ask why do you have anything to do with meditation? But you've already answered that. So I would actually I have a question. And I'm sure a lot of people, there are parents that are online and a lot of parents that tell them they are like very adamant to get them to sit down and have meditation. So how do we help our parents to mind how do we get them to do that? Or state their vision better?
So first you have to set an example as a parent, right? So if you are at the dining table and you are busy with the mobile or you are talking too much or you are like as spouse, you may have fight at the dining table. So then of course the child is not going to learn and learn. It's not going to listen to what you're saying because first it is the parents who are setting example for the child, right? That is one. Secondly, even small kids can start meditating. 8 years onwards, you can teach children how to meditate. And anything they're so innocent and they are in their own world. But in today's time, because of COVID, um, children are also spared from stress, online schooling, because of social distancing, because they're not meeting so many of their friends. So children are also undergoing a lot of stress. So if we can introduce meditation to them, if we can, tell them the advantages, or if we can Make it like a challenge for them. Children like challenges, right? If you can challenge them, okay, let's be all together, eat together, and we will eat in silence. Maybe silence is not possible, but we talk very little. Yeah. Tell me what all have I put in this vegetable. You will make it a challenge for the child. If the child is eating mindfully, will be able to identify what vegetables are there, or what is there in the soup, or what is there in the juice. So you are stimulating the intellect of the child, right? And when you make it like a game or like a challenge, and you practice it, like you are running a 22-day challenge, right? So same way with the kids, if you run a challenge, they like challenges, they like some activity, they like to be they like games, right? So if you can use these techniques, then slowly and steadily, even children will, get into this practice. I just recently met with a couple, and they were coming to our place with their two little small daughters. And I was like, "What would your daughters like to eat? Or should I make noodles or pasta for them?" So she said, "Yeah, pasta would be good." And we put a lot of vegetables in it. And I was surprised. In today's times, kids don't want to have vegetables, right? They just want to have sauce and ketchup and plain pasta, or if there's vegetables, they remove the vegetables, right? I said, how come your children, have vegetables? That you must be a very happy parent. So she said, in our home, we don't bring junk. So, as parents, if you are not bringing junk at home and giving more fruits and vegetables to your parents, to your children, that is what the children are seeing and knowing, and they will start having that, right? So, it depends a lot on your parenting. In fact, today I had a parenting session in the morning, so the similar question came. So, yes, it is a two-way technique. You have to keep trying. Trial and error will work with children. See what works.